Welcome to this edition of Infinite MMO, and we are showing you a introduction to Aion 3.0, which is the new free-to-play mega of everything. It's the best thing you can get without even having to ever spend a dime. So pretty much I downloaded the game. It took about an hour to hour and a half. If you wanna, when you download it, it asks you if you want that you have to install Pando Booster. You can go around that if you, right before you click the game, there's a little drop down, go into properties, unclick the Pando Booster, which is just stuff that runs in the background that you really don't need. A lot of people have problems with installation, so if you run to that, just go into properties of Aion and unclick that, and then you can go ahead and download the game fast and not have extra stuff running in your background, which is what I suggest. So right here we're at my character selection screen. I have a level 14 gladiator, a level 1 mage, which I made in essence of my wife, a little big head, which is not me, but I thought it would be cool to make a little guy with a huge head. And then my scout, which is a dude that I made with green eyes and green hair. Yeah. Alright, so just to take you into the character creator real quick, you have Aion has two fractions. You have a dark side and you have a light side. So whatever server you play on, you have to pick the same fraction. You can't be like bad and good on the same server. It has to be one side. So since I already have good characters, we're going to go ahead and go into the good characters. This takes us into our character selection screen, where you have 4 classes you can pick from. Now if you go to warrior, it'll tell you a description of the character and what advanced class he can become once you level up a couple levels. So warriors become gladiators and templars. Scouts, for instance, become assassins and rangers, and then so forth. So each class has 2 subclasses that are advanced classes in essence. So there's a lot more to choose from than just the basic 4 classes that you're seeing right here. So let's say we're gonna go in and make a priest female. Let's hit next, and then bam, character creator screen. Now for free to play, this is awesome. You put in the name, you have over 40 selections of like templates to pick between. The body type, you can do all kinds, little, small, tiny, fat, tiny with big heads, skinny with big heads. Like it's no limit to this. It's pretty cool. So if you go back to face over here, then you can change the hairstyles, keep the face that you want it. You can change the different colors, go to whatever color you want. There's a wide range of stuff that you can do here with eye color and whatnot. And then there's also an advanced feature where you can change like everything from nose to brow shape, brow angle. For free to play, it's absolutely amazing. And then you can also check your voice and whatnot. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit cancel, because I already made my beautiful sexy wife over here. Go ahead and hit start. And this is going to take us into the game. So basically this is where you start at the exact spot once you create a character. I haven't moved her yet. So if you look down here, there's a little box where the mini map is, and if you click on that, it pretty much takes you to the online store, which is called the Black Cloud Market. So you can buy stuff, and this is why the game is free to play. So you buy stuff, support the game, hook yourself up. From what I read, it's not pay to win, it's more pay to play, and you know, they don't give advantages just because you have money, more real life money than the other person. So from what I've heard good things, and NCSoft usually does really good with this, as they're doing with Guild Wars 2 at the moment. So going back into the game, we have our little question marks here, which is basically our user interface. So if you click it, it gives you some information, like a little video, and pretty much just shows you what to do, what not to do. There's actually like second pages that'll go in and explain it further. And the tutorial is pretty good. I mean, if you never played this game, it does a really good job of explaining everything, where everything's at, how to do it, how not to do it. But I'm gonna go ahead and click do not show tutorial from now on, and hit close, and then that's pretty much it. Going into my menu screen, you have a ton of options. I mean, of course, you have your character's profile, right? You got your inventory, you got your skills, you got your quests, everything that you would expect in a big time MMO. Your pet list, your instance info, your private store, your macros, your world map. Additional functions, you got Aion tweet here, relic appraisal, help, community, finding friends. I thought this was pretty cool. There's a community here, and then you go down the memo pad and you can actually write yourself a note, and then it'll save in my documents, and then you can just pull that note up later. So some pretty cool options. And then so you go to your NPCs here. They pretty much just say, hey, hello, how you doing? They don't talk much. It's not like the newer MMOs where there's a dialogue going back and forth. This is very, old school text back and forth. So basically the quest, you're just picking up stuff, going to the next thing. There's a lot of kill quests and back and forth. So going over here, just want to show you some basic level 1 combat. So as a mage, I have a basic spell, then I have a fire spell, and then I also have a root to start off. And basically, as you level, you go to your trainer, you pick up books, which are spells, and then you pretty much get new spells every couple levels. So it's the basic MMO formula for leveling and getting new skills and whatnot. And when you die, you go back to a resident spot, or you can wait 30 minutes for someone to come and get you. So I just wanted to show how beautiful the game is. You can see waterfalls falling from the sky. You got the planet halfway. If you look up, let me see if I can get it out of this tree. If you look up, you got this whole space abyss type thing over here. So the game is very, very detailed. I mean, this engine was released in 2004. The game came out in 2009. But for being an engine that's so much older, because the game did come out in Korea first, it's beautiful, like way beautiful. You compare this to WoW, this game is so much more prettier than WoW. So that's really, really good, especially for being free to play, which is awesome. You can't beat that. I mean, look at the birds flying by and everything. And that's pretty much it for the starting area. I mean, you go from town to town, you do your little nubby quests, and you get out. So I'm gonna go ahead and log out, because I want to take you guys to my level 14 character, where I can show you some of the cool points of the game, like flying. Flying was definitely one of the bigger draws of the game. I mean, right at level 10, I believe I started flying. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick my warrior, jump right in, and then I believe this area, if I remember correctly, I mean, it's been a couple years, this was where I first started to fly. So pretty much you just press page up, and then it'll give me my wings, and then from there I'm flying, and I can pretty much go anywhere I want. Now certain zones restrict flying, like I'm gonna show you over here, but it's cool, man. It's definitely, I mean, it's like having a flying mount from level 10, like it's super cool. And there's so much that you can do with this around the world, and the zones are huge. You see how this is blocking me out? It says you cannot fly in this area. So pretty much I would press page down, it'll drop me in here, and then I will keep going my way up here. So certain zones you can't fly, certain zones you can fly, and that's pretty much the way the game is set up with that. Just doing some basic attacks with my warrior. I haven't played this guy in a while, so I really have no idea what I'm doing. Just clicking buttons at this point. but I'm a couple levels over him, so it should be a fairly easy fight. Now I'm gonna go back and fly. Boom! Got my wings. So this is, I mean, can't beat that. For free to play, you can fly, you can do dungeons, you can do instants, you can do raids, there's PvP. The PvP, from what I heard, is very, very good in this game. I mean, free to play, truly free to play. I haven't seen any restrictions as of yet. I'm sure there's 1 or 2 restrictions. I believe one I heard was getting into instance a little bit slower or whatnot than like someone who would pay for the game. But all in all, there's not too many restrictions, nothing that would deter you. I mean, you can really spend a lot of time in this game and play absolutely for free. So I'm just gonna show you guys one more time flying up. And as you see in the flying zones, I mean, they're all set up for flying. So, you know, there's certain like islands in the middle of the sky, enemies in the middle of the sky. I mean, a lot of things you can think of. You can fly to top of mountains, do a lot of things. So you see there, I ran out of flight time. Pretty much got it back so I don't die, and I died. That's something else I forgot to tell you guys about. Your flight is not forever. You have a certain period of time that you can fly, and that's something that I definitely forgot about. I thought you can fly forever, but I guess not. You have a certain period and you can glide, and I know I remember gliding a lot in the game, so you don't waste the flying or something like that. But that's pretty much it. And this is another area of Aion where my level 14 character is questing at the moment. And that will conclude our live stream. Pretty much just wanted to introduce Aion 3.0. It's definitely a game worth downloading if you have nothing to do. I know a lot of people are waiting for Guild Wars 2. This is an awesome free-to-play game that you don't have to give any money. You get a fully in-depth MMORPG that's matured, that's been out for years, that is very polished and has everything you would expect. So definitely I would give this a try. Download. It only took me an hour and a half, and it's awesome. Like, I'm definitely going to be playing this for a while, so I recommend for you guys to do the same. Just a little bit about Infinite MMO. We're a new website. We do reviews on MMORPGs. I'm constantly giving news out on my blog, which feeds through the homepage, and expect weekly shows. And as much as appreciation I can get from my fans, if you ever need anything, you guys can email me. If you ever have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. My email is lighteyes09@yahoo.com. Thank you very much for watching, and enjoy.